Welcome, everyone. My name is Tony Cockamo, President of Civil CAD Learning Solutions and also President of the DFWBIUG Infrastructure User Group. And I want to thank everyone that registered for our event. We have a guest speaker, Nicole from Nearmap. She's going to be talking a little bit about some of the new features that's been coming out, new updates and features for Nearmap, and also talking about how do we integrate the aerials into Civil 3D. So Nicole, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole. I'm a solutions engineer here at Nearmap. My background is in engineering consulting and GIS. I'm kind of our in-house Autodesk expert, just really integrating all of our different content and data stack into Civil 3D, Infraworks, regular CAD, LT, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if everybody knows, but Nearmap had a conference 2 weeks ago. I attended. It was pretty fun, cool, unique things that they were showing coming down the pipeline. I don't know if you have released everything yet, or if that's just next year. So all the new features that they're looking at, new integrations and services. So is there anything you can talk about that was part of the conference?
Yeah, I mean, I can show some of our new AI in Map Browser, and then kind of just show it in Civil 3D as well.
Yeah.
Share my
screen. Share your screen. Yeah.
Are you seeing that?
Yes. Yep.
So I can put on some of our AI layers here. Maybe let's not turn them all on. I think for some of our new ones, poles are going to be a big one that we've started detecting now.
Yeah.
Light poles and power poles, as you can see, that are being picked up here. That's going to be huge for like utilities and telco. We're always working more on our vegetation layers as well. Medium, high, low, very low. And from this, we're also able to extract building like overhang, tree overhang on the buildings, which is also huge. Interesting to a lot of insurance customers. And then, I mean, really the best thing to do with this data is to get it, in your working CAD environment. Show my Civil 3D window here. This is a site example from one of our transportation engineering clients. But I just have our high-res 2D drop-down vertical image shown in here. And then I have the AI loaded in. They're able to be downloaded as shapefiles. And then for bringing into Civil 3D using the map import command, they become converted then into Autodesk feature layers. And then it just kind of becomes working line work within CAD that you can interact with as you would any other layers that you might have in your drawing.
Okay.
But just to go over a few in here, we have, you can see like the vegetation, a few different like roof features. I know this client was interested in a lot of roof conditions for like roof ponding. That's what's going on here. So the AI is detecting conditions that might show like water, stagnant water, kind of hanging out on the roofs. And then I can go to our other example, which is just kind of what we used for sites. We brought it in kind of as polygons, not just the polylines, to kind of get like a better, visual 2D picture of, the asphalt, lawn, grass. And then we're also adding now building characteristics as an AI attribute. So when you bring those in, you can see it does include some information like the building height, how many floors are in the building. We're getting a bit more information now from the buildings that we're capturing.
Oh, so it actually brings in a little shapefile for the building. So now you can bring in the building footprints.
There's building footprints and building characteristics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, is that something available now or coming down here in the next few months or next year?
Building footprints and building characteristics are available now.
Okay.
So are the light poles. Yeah.
Yep. And that's a completely different service. Because you got packages for the aerials and 3D, the point clouds and this. So is that an individual package?
Yeah, the AI is an add-on depending on which features you would like. And then in the US, it's priced per parcel of the area. We use a third-party parcel service to determine like how many parcels are in that area. And it's generated off of that.
And then are the building characteristics and footprint, is that the coverage of that is the same? Does it match the coverage of the aerials, or is it even a smaller version? So if you're doing the aerials, does the building footprint, are you able to grab building footprints in the same coverage area as the aerials, I guess?
Yeah, they're generated off of them. So as long as it's the same capture date, so we are capturing AI in some areas. It's updated annually in some of the more urban areas. So as long as you're downloading the same capture date for each, they'll be lined up because that's what it's being derived from.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of saw that when y'all's conference, and I saw that like, oh, that's pretty cool because, on the engineering side, we always want to show kind of the building footprints, not just an aerial, especially if you just want to turn the aerial off and just show building footprints of surrounding development. So that's a pretty cool new feature. I can definitely see the benefits of that. So, yeah.
Something else I've loaded in here too that I wanted to show is some contours. So we don't offer them out of the box, but I was able to generate these off of some of our new 3D. We're doing a digital elevation model and a digital surface model.
Yeah.
So these were created from using the Create a Surface tool within Civil 3D off of the Nearmap DEM.
Oh, wow. And is that something available, now or later?
It's available now.
Oh yeah, that's always beneficial, especially when you're doing site planning and we need some crane contours and stuff like that. So when is it downloaded from the website as a specific file format, or it's actually an application like API application?
So we do offer API and downloading from Map Browser, our web application directly. The AI is either delivered offline or as through an API.
Yeah.
For 3D, our formats, we also offer like a textured mesh. So formats in here, OBJ and FBX for most Autodesk users, SLPK for Esri, and then 3Ds Max and Cesium for a few other third-party applications. You can kind of just specify which you want in here. And then the DEM and DSM are going to be a GeoTIFF. And then we have Point Cloud available as well, which is derived from photogrammetry.
Okay.
And this is all available now.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Now, one of the great things about this is the amount of coverage y'all cover over y'all's aerials. Are y'all expanding even more? Like in 2022, is y'all's areas coverage getting bigger and bigger, or are you flying more often?
It's kind of a bit of both. We're always expanding our coverage footprint. I think in 2021, we added about 20% additional coverage in the US. Right now, we're capturing 80% of the US population. So, we're working with survey ops constantly to, see the demand of areas that, need to be added. We're constantly filling out our coverage footprint too, where there might be some small gaps. And then we also have a program called Nearmap Now, where if someone had a specific area in mind that we're not currently flying, you are able to add it and kind of do a custom flight yourself with us.
And that Nearmap Now, is that based on the minimum coverage? Say, hey, I need 1 square mile, or is there a set area?
There is a minimum square mileage. I'm not sure what it is because it has to, we have to go through all of the flight operations, to get the planes in the area and make it also worth, because we're on a subscription model. Yeah. So it has to be also make sense for like reselling a certain area. Is this going to be beneficial to other clients? Like, can we try to sell this like in other markets for the areas? Yeah.
Okay. No, that's pretty nice. One of the new features that I don't know if it was this year or last year included was be able to download the aerials with in a corner system. I thought that was perfect because that was something I put in a wish list for the last few years, and y'all finally included that capabilities to say, hey, I want it in AD 83, whatever state plane you need to be. So I thought that was a great add-on. So, and then now I was going
to show some of the different projections that we offer out of the box.
Yeah, that's a big bonus and stuff. So and then and being able to see the boundaries too. I think that's pretty cool that you show the boundaries on there. Now, do you see in the near future possible, I don't know if you can answer this, but being able to download the parcel boundary information too?
Yeah, that question comes up a lot. And unfortunately, so we use a third-party service for these parcel boundaries. They own the data. This isn't a Nearmap content. So it's, I think, not really in the plan for us to be able to resell it right now. But what I always recommend to customers too is completing open records requests at the county level. A lot of parcels are free or at a really low cost. You can just request a shape file of them if it's something.
Yeah, that's what I typically do. I created a huge database on one of my hard drives, and I've downloaded like probably 15 different counties. Like I'm in Dallas, so it'll be Dallas County, Tarrant, and Denton, and Collin County, and every 3 months I'll go and re-download the shape files. That way I can access those parcel data. So, but I didn't know if there was a company out there that has all 50 states and all the parcels, where you can access everything. So who knows? Esri may have it. I don't know, but yeah, that's something that I thought that was really good, that where you can see that. So, and access that data, but who knows, I do like the roads overlay too. You got that kind of feature too.
Yeah, for context.
Yep. One of the favorite things that I really enjoy, especially when I am doing some site planning and showing some developers, is being able to do this split aerials, and you can see the two different times. So
yeah, different
area, and
let me go to, it's like a construction site to kind of show this. I think that we get Denver Airport's always under construction. Go. Yeah. So here's a great example of that. The addition, I think this is Concourse A at the airport. You can see the new, so from 2019 to just last month, the new terminal construction. Yes.
And that's always great. You can see the construction phasing photos and stuff. So especially when you're flying it every 3 months. So I do that to show them the clients and say, hey, the capabilities, and they really like it, because when they're looking at developing, they want to see what's happening in the last 2 years, 3 years in that area. Is there is there buildings going up? Is it a hot market in that area? And that's where that tool comes in really handy for developers. Is that, hey, we see a lot of development. It is a hot market in that city. A good example is Frisco here in North Dallas area, just massively blown up in the last 3 years. It just totally looks different. But that's always a great tool to use. I know y'all also have capabilities. Let's see, what's another great feature y'all use? The 3D modeling, I guess the 3D
the mesh.
Yeah.
Navigate to that. Sorry, my VPN is really a little slow today. There we go. Yeah, this is a great tool, becoming really popular with a lot of BIM and with a lot of like local government trying to create digital twins of like their cities. So you can download this in that mesh as like an OBJ or FBX if you want to bring it into like Revit or Infraworks. Kind of just do a lot of like cast modeling with it as well. It's a really popular tool. Also just giving context to a lot of sites, being able to understand for developers, like what's happening in this area right now. What can we do with it? All the spatial planning that goes into that.
Yeah, no, that's a really great tool. Now, let's talk about, the two different methods of, taking the aerial and then bringing it into Civil 3D. I know there's two methods. One is you can just go through the browser and download the GIS with the world file of the site, and then the other one is creating a custom service WMS connection. Correct? Is there a third one? Is there a third option? I don't know. I think those are the two most common ones. Ways. Yeah.
For within Civil 3D, it's either downloading it from Map Browser or the WMS.
Yeah, and I create a little short video on my user group platform and to show people how easy it is to create like a WMS connection. I remember the first time I tried it, before I was reading the help menu, was I was logging in. I kept trying to log in, and that's something you don't want to do when you go to the planning analysis and that connector, and there's that login dialog box that pops up, and it says, and the first instinct is to go in and log in through your Nearmap, log in to Nearmap, and I later found out, once I read your help menu, like, no, don't log in, just hit OK, bringing in some aerials and stuff like that. So, and then in the Infraworks, if people are interested in bringing it into Infraworks, when you go into Infraworks, you'll just download, I don't know if do you have that website link? I can show them to download the XML file.
for the docs.
Yeah. So in here, yeah, there's that XML file. There's a link how to integrate that through Infraworks. If people are interested in how to do that into Infraworks, is download that XML file, and then you'll create it's a custom service, right? It's a custom service to create that little link that you'll paste into that XML file. So I did it the other day. And it'll basically just overlay that over your aerial and within Infraworks and stuff. So now, do y'all see kind of in the future? I mean, this could be a future request where when you do the kind of WMS connection, you have the capabilities to make the aerial bigger than the area you selected. So if you make a custom area, let's say you pick the Denver airport and you've got a certain like a quarter of a mile or something, but when you connect it to Civil 3D, and let's say you want a bigger area, besides going back and kind of recreating a new service, do you see in the future possibly where you'll be able to just within Civil 3D just grab the limits and make it bigger and extend it? It's basically acting as a window.
Yeah, so we do offer a custom service, which when you stream that into Civil 3D, you're getting our entire US coverage footprint. North America, actually, so you're getting Canada too. Okay. And then within Civil 3D, you're able to geofence that. So I think my recommendation would be for people that are, kind of changing the area on their WMS to maybe start with the simple service, have those layers turned on, and then geofence within Civil 3D the areas that you want. Okay, cool. The next question I always get, because when I'm going out and teaching, as a private consultant, I go out and teach Civil 3D and Infraworks and vehicle tracking and AutoCAD, and I'll tell them about Nearmap. I usually turn off the geolocation tool in Civil 3D, and they see it in aerial on a site plan. And, hey, where'd you get that aerial? But then they'll ask me the resolution, like, hey, what resolution is that? And if you want to kind of provide, what resolution that is that you are using. So the vertical, we're capturing 2.2 inch vertical resolution. And then on the 3D, it's about 2.8 inches. So all of our content is sub 3 inch on the resolution. Yeah.
And I do like that when y'all first started a few years ago, you would fly like major cities, maybe I think in the beginning it was like twice a year. Now it's 3 times a year. And then some major cities, I think it's even 4 times a year. I'll go
to our coverage map here and show. Yeah, so the blue areas you're seeing, those are going to be 3 captures per year. The green is 2, and then the pink is 1. So really starting to fill out the East Coast, like the state of New Jersey and Massachusetts have elected to fly the entire states. Oh, wow. So we're going to have full coverage there. The West is still a little bit more sporadic. We're not really focusing on some of the less populated or like rural areas, but all major cities in the US we're currently flying.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that little total capture area little chart. I guess I missed that, but no, that's pretty cool because when you're flying 3 times, and every few months now you're getting an updated aerial. And I do like the notification. I think you can save a pin and it'll notify you when an aerial has been flown. So I do like that where if I want to get notified of a new aerials, so I get notifications on some of the areas I saved. So I'm trying to think what else. Michelle, do you have any questions? I don't know if she's still online. Look at my user group and see if anybody posted anything. But those are some of the major questions. What's some other questions that you've seen that's come in related to the aerials? And I think those are the 3 main ones: how often, the resolution, and then can you fly custom areas if you wanted it? And you've kind of answered that with that Nearmap now. So those are probably the 3 major ones you probably get asked. So
I think a lot with like our AI is like how we capture it and like how it's derived. Our rule of thumb is kind of if it's something that you can identify from an aerial image yourself, then we can train our computers to be able to identify it through machine learning. So, we're always developing the AI. There's always new use cases coming up. We had a conversation with like the Port of LA that wanted to see the shipping containers that are sitting stagnant. If that's something our AI can pick up. So, we're always listening to customers' feedback and trying to come up with new AI layers that are able to be learned with our algorithm.
Yeah. I think somebody posted on here, what is WMS?
WMS, it's a type of API. It's a web mapping service. So it's a way to stream our imagery in without kind of having all the data sitting on your server. It makes it a lot lighter on data usage, bringing it in via API.
Yeah. If you do you want me to show them how to do the connection in Civil 3D, or do you want to do it? I don't know if you have a video or you want to show them just how easy it is to bring in a WMS connection.
Yeah, I can. We are coming up on the 10:30 mark. Yeah, let me just grab a link really quick and stop my share. I'll do our simple service, that full coverage that I was talking about. Share again. Let's see my Civil 3D windows. We're going to want to go to the map task pane, make sure it's turned on. In here, navigate to data, connect to data. Down here, add WMS connection. I copied the link from our from the Nearmap map browser, so all of our customers get access to the API keys within there. We'll just hit connect. It'll ask you to log in. You don't have to.
Yep. And that's the step I always, when I first started, I'll try to log into Nearmap. Okay. Yeah,
and then so since this is our simple service, it's loading all of our coverage. We are capturing in Australia and New Zealand as well. For most of the customers I work with, it'll be US and Canada. So we'll just turn on just the United States. Add that all as one layer, and then add to map. See, it's loaded in here. It does take a minute to render, but let's maybe zoom in on like San Francisco. See our footprint. A little bit further north, but that's okay. And the simple service is going to show all of our most current imagery.
Okay. Yeah, that was going to be the next question.
The custom, you'll be able to choose and navigate between different capture dates.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple to do. I've done it both ways, where I just download the area or just do the connection in WMS. But yeah, I know you got to run, so I want to thank you for coming online real quick. Recorded this. We're going to put it on our YouTube channel and also our platform. And I'll send you a link to our platform where we go and network about Autodesk products on our MeWe platform. So, but thanks a lot. I appreciate it coming online, and I'll post. I don't know if you may post your email account, so that way if somebody has questions, they can email you directly, you and Connor.
Yeah, definitely.
Civil 3D. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks. I appreciate it, and have a great day.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, welcome.
Bye.